Hello everybody, it's Sephiroth 4 for a brand new Let's Play. But not a brand new Let's Play, just a new one I guess. Today we're going to be playing Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. One of my favorite games, part of the compilation of Final Fantasy VII. Although it was not the first one, I believe that was Dirge of Cerberus that came out before. But yeah, we're playing Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, which is the remake of the original game on the PSP. This one I'm playing on the PlayStation 5. There are a lot of changes, but let's go over, I guess, a little backstory first. The original PlayStation portable game came out, was scheduled to be the 10th anniversary game for the Final Fantasy VII series. So it came out in September 13th, 2007 in Japan, and March 25th, 2008 in the United States. It was, despite being fairly popular at the time, I would say, it was, well, we're about to go on, we'll finish the initial spiel over here. For some reason, they never released it on the eShop like they did with a lot of the eShop, the PlayStation Store, PlayStation Network. And because of that, it was stuck as a disc-only game with the PlayStation Portable, and was therefore extremely inaccessible, especially when the PSP, ceased production. They didn't make it available for the Vita or the PS4. The PS3 or anything, which was honestly a shame. A bunch of years back, 6 years ago, I got my hands on this game with a PSP, and I recorded it and played my first playthrough of it, and I had a lot of fun. It was really, really, really nice. But last year, in 2022, at E3, they announced that they are going to be remaking Crisis Core for modern consoles, finally. And it comes as a but a transition point between the first part of Final Fantasy VII Remake and the second part, which will heavily feature content from this game. I'm not going to be discussing Remake in this, and I'm going to try to limit my spoilers of Final Fantasy VII to what is actually in this game, in case there are people that are, haven't played Remake or, or haven't played the original, I guess. But this game is very pivotal, in my opinion, because it introduces a lot of characters that are just important backstory. This is a prequel to Final Fantasy VII, and the fact that they are putting it in between, right before the next remake part, means that the characters in this game are going to be really important. One of the characters in this game, which we'll find out, his name is Genesis, is actually his second appearance. His first appearance was at the very end of Dirge of Cerberus, but he gets more backstory here, which is interesting. He only appeared as like a post-credit type of thing. But yeah, when this game came out last year, it was the week after my birthday. It was very important to me. But it has generally favorable reviews. People, have opinions about the story, I guess, or, what they changed and what they didn't change. But I personally think that this game is what a remake is supposed to be. And as we play through, I'll discuss more of this, because I have 3 pages of notes just on what they changed. So, yeah. But there's, I guess let's start, and we'll go over things as we go along. Let's go into options first. First of all, all these screens are new. Second of all, this is in HD now. The original game on the PSP, trying to record that was a nightmare, because not only was the PSP a much smaller resolution, when you recorded it, it was in this little box, and I have a screenshot of raw footage from the PSP to show you what it looked like, and then I had to edit out all the borders. It was terrible. But anyway, gameplay settings. Gonna keep the subtitles on. I'm not gonna do that. You can change the English to Japanese, which I don't think you could do in the original. This game also has vibration now and destination markers, which are really cool. Because this is using a more advanced controller with more buttons, there's a lot more controls to deal with, which is really nice. Sound settings will keep normal for now. Brightness I think is fine. You can remap the buttons, which is awesome. I don't remember if I did that or not. And you can look at the staff. But anyway, let's actually get started in like 20 minutes into the episode. I'm going to go for English voices. You can change the difficulty anytime. I'm going to be trying to go for the Platinum Trophy. I'm not going to try. I'm going to go for the Platinum Trophy in this. One of the requirements is to beat the game on hard mode. Now, it doesn't mean to beat the whole game on hard mode. It means to beat the final boss. So you can play the entire game on normal and go right up to the final boss and change it to hard mode and you get the trophy. I'm going to start the game on hard mode because it's pretty easy regardless, in my opinion. All hard mode really does is that it gives the enemies more health, maybe makes their attacks a bit stronger, but you really don't notice it till you get to like the really end game missions, which I'm probably going to change it back to normal mode, but for now we'll do hard mode. I thought about doing like a New Game Plus run of this to just show you how fun that could be, but no, well, that would mean that I wouldn't be able to get any of the trophies. Anyway, hard mode. Let's keep the default camera controls for now, so the brightness, and let's start. But yeah, so I played this game 6 years ago, and it was wonderful. I'm going to talk over this. If you want to see a more first impression-y Let's Play, I would suggest checking out my original. I still think it's cool. It's an interesting subtitle right there. I get goosebumps every time I see this, though. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. So one of the big changes to this game is that they did all of the graphics in Unreal Engine. Some of the cutscenes, like over here, are more or less just up-resed versions of the original one, so it doesn't look as good. Like, some of them look good and some of them don't, and you'll be able to tell which is which.
The train has been overrun by Wu-Tai troops.
Wu-Tai troops.
Eliminate them and regain control of the train.
So this actually takes place during the Wu-Tai War, which the Wu-Tai War is only referenced in Final Fantasy VII. But yeah, it's still happening right now. It hasn't ended yet. And that is a pivotal point of a lot of the story. Hello.
Zack, focus. There are no Shinra troops on this train. Understood?
I can kill everybody. Unlike the start to Final Fantasy VII, where, yeah, I said I wouldn't talk about it. Unlike the start to Final Fantasy VII, we're not a mercenary for hire. We're a Shinra soldier, working for the man. So yeah, the improvements like the difficulty toggle are new. There's the UIs are all completely remade. The cutscenes are skippable, which is great because the original didn't have that. There's a run button now. They completely redid all of the voice acting to match the remakes of VAs, which is a little sad because I like the originals. This is so cool. It's so cool. I love Zack Fair so much. He's like a puppy. He's so like happy-go-lucky. He can be serious at times, but he's just a very active guy. It's just, I love it.
Train mark 9323 route at the Sector 1 station near Mako Reactor.
really tried to make this game something special for fans. That's one of the complaints people have, is that it's fan servicey. It's very fan servicey. But I mean, like, sometimes you just have to have games that are fan servicey. I don't know. I like it. I'm the fan that they're servicing. Yeah, as soon as we're out of that cutscene, you can see the immediate changes over here to the game engine. If you've played Remake, you can see it's very similar also. But yeah, all the character models, the entirety of the slums here.
Zack speaking.
Making progress, Zack?
Angeal, what's going on? Why are we fighting Shinra troops?
They're Wu-Tai troops in disguise. Now, head to the open area above.
You mean towards Sector 8?
Yes. But first, you're gonna have to clear a path.
Clear a path?
You'll see what I mean. Be careful.
So I can cut loose, right?
Within reason.
These guys are really bad aim.
It's showtime.
It's showtime.
Activating combat mode.
Okay, so now we have a tutorial here. Basic battle controls. Movement is the left stick. Move camera, which you couldn't do before, is the right stick. R3 is target lock. L1 and R left and right is to switch targets. Square is attack, R1 is guard, and X is dodge. So you can just mash the square button and you can do a whole bunch of combos. X is a dodge roll all over the place, which is really nice. For the most part, dodge roll does not avoid attacks, but it keeps you from getting hit by, or it doesn't avoid ranged attacks, I should say. But if an enemy has a short range physical attack, then you can probably do something. In the lower left corner, as you can see, we have HP, MP, and AP. MP is magic points and AP is ability points. Your equipped materia can be assigned to slots, and you can use them. You press L1 and any of the face buttons to use them. So in this case, we have Thundaga, Faraga, Blizzaga, and Assault Twister, 3 of which are magic, and Assault Twister is AP. Depending on your attack and magic, that affects the amount that you do. Thundaga is generally my favorite because it hits everybody in a fun way. Blizzaga kind of falls on them, which can be interrupted, and fire is fun too. Hey, we got a trophy already. In the original game,
Not too bad.
it was a lot worse.
I'll make first in no time.
I don't know how we got through it back in the day,
At the end of the platform.
but it was... Well, when we get into the next battle, I'll show you. Midgar Streets. Hey everybody. So right now this is 7 years, I want to say 7 years before Final Fantasy VII. Bunch of time passes over the course of the game. Anyway, it's our first boss. The Behemoth. So in the corner there, upper left corner, we have the DMW, which is this game's huge mechanic in battle. The slot reels spinning at the top left corner of the screen represent the DMW, Digital Mind Wave. Certain images or numbers match on the DMW provides a variety of effects. The reels expend SP to automatically spin and stop. SP is like your experience in the game. When you get a certain amount of SP, it levels you up. When you get a certain amount of SP, the DMW can level you up. It's a weird system that they fixed in this game, which was a lot worse than the last game, where it would just randomly not level you up for like half the game. Here, it's more automatic. But when the images match, the limit break state is entered, the limit break move is added to your stock. When numbers match, enhancements are granted, so yeah. Defending yourself from enemy attacks. We already know about that. So there's a behemoth. We can lock onto it to keep the camera going over there while I talk over here. So in the lower right corner, so as we see, we got two sevens there, which means that we are immune to magic for a short period of time. This thing just has the effects that triple sevens is the best. Triple sixes is every attack is critical. Triple fives is that you don't get hit by physical attacks, and etc. what everything says over there. It's very good. It can make or break a battle, really. Effect numbers limit verge. When the image reels are in a limit verge state, the numbers between 1 and 6 match. The materia set in the corresponding slot will level up. So yeah, you can. That's how you level up your materia as well. We'll get more into that later. Anyway, as I was saying, lower left, as you can see, our magic thingy. Ow. Our magic thingy is has like a little meter around it that they imported from Remake. Just shows you how much time you have left. During battle, you can use potions and other items by pressing O and L2 and R2 to scroll between. That this thing here with potion, ether is for magic, and soma is for AP. The original game didn't have this materia thingy. It put your materia and your items together. So this bunch of slots was your entire moveset. So you had to have like Firaga here, and then a potion, and etc. etc. It was horrifying. We made do, but it's severely limited. This game, not only do you have like all of these materia slots, but you have no MP cost, right? Not only do you have all these materia slots, but we have multiple loadouts that we can save. So as you can see with hard mode, this guy has a bazillion health. Just my personal opinion after playing hard mode, it's not really worth it. It just makes everything take longer. Like, I didn't feel like there was more. It felt like there was more of a challenge, but it didn't feel like it was necessary. But that also might just be my personal preference with not enjoying damage sponge enemies. Endure makes it so that enemies, unlike what I said in my first impressions video, Endure makes it so that enemies can't stun you while you're in the middle of an attack, which is very nice to have. MP and AP cost. So this guy, I'm not going to be going through like how much HP all the bosses have, because playing in a hard mode, like I said, it messes with it. But here we got 3 pictures lining up, so now we can use Octo Slash. When all the image reels match, a limit break state is entered, and corresponding limit break move is added to your stock. Stock limit break moves can be unleashed at a time of your choosing, but they'll all vanish at the end of battle, and you press triangle to use it. It also more or less heals you. You know, some more, some less, but it's really nice. In the original game, the limit, when you got a limit thingy, it went into the middle of the screen, it stopped the battle, it was really annoying, and then it would activate immediately. Now, you have time, and we get a trophy for using our first limit, and you can also skip it, which you couldn't do in the original. But I appreciate that you can wait. And if you get a new limit, it overrides the old one. It doesn't. Stack. So be careful about that. But yeah, I really like that you can wait, because there's certain things in the game that you need to use a specific limit at a specific time, and getting even a little bit more control over that is just really, really, really nice. Let's finish this, though. It took long enough.
Showing your back to the enemy. Overconfidence will destroy you.
There he is!
What is this?
Okay, oh no, it's popular, unpopular.
Damn
Dovey
it.
opinion.
You're not the only hero.
It's over.
I liked how he looked in the original version of the game better. I'll put a screenshot of that also. I think he was cooler.
Impossible.
This is like the remake version, which is more sinister. I don't know. It's still fine, but I like the other one better. Anyway, Sephiroth's gonna kill us. Now we're back to an FMV.
Thanks, Angeal.
See, look how different he is in this old version. You can tell which which FMVs they kept from the original game. It's all a simulation.
Training's over.
Why? You serious? I was just getting warmed up.
Zack. Embrace your dreams.
Embrace your dreams.
If you want to be a hero, you need to have dreams. And honor.
I like Angeal a lot. What's his last name? Hartley? My thing is something else. Anyway, that's it for the prologue. You get these cool little things. Embrace your dreams. We got a trophy for ending the prologue, and you know what? We're going to end off the episode here as well. Another thing is that we have 30 saves, whereas the PSP just let you save as many times as you wanted until you finished, filled up the memory card. 30 is a lot. Whatever. It's not the worst thing, but it's strange. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to end off over here. I guess I'll just let the next cutscene go as our leading out thing. But I'm excited for this Let's Play. People have been asking, but Crisis Core was a sleeper hit of mine that nobody watched at the time, but years later, like, it just was one that the internet kept finding, and I really appreciate it. It has a special place for me. And after replaying, I already played through the entirety of Reunion, and it just made me more excited to come back to it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you stick with me in this, whether you've played Crisis Core before, whether you watched the original Let's Play or not. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Hey, Zack. You seem a little on edge.
Can you blame me? All this training and no assignments. Like they're hanging me out to dry. You must be pretty busy with everyone off base.
Off base? Wait, haven't you heard? There's been a mass desertion at Soldier.
Huh?